SoFi and stock market investors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. SoFi is getting obliterated today. After a couple days of green, actually, we got obliterated, erasing all of those gains over this past week. And I honestly think the selling in SoFi is getting completely out of control and makes 0 sense at all whatsoever. If you were buying in the 20s, the mid 20s, and even the low 30s, and now you're selling the shares under $18, I think that's a huge mistake and makes no sense. And I'm going to prove to you why. Because it's not institutions selling the shares, it's retail selling their shares for a loss right now. And what the big dogs are going to do is swoop in, buy your cheap shares, and then you're going to be chasing it on the way up, rinse and repeat. And that's how a lot of retail investors lose their ass in the stock market. This stock is trading at ridiculously cheap valuations, in my opinion. I'm going to explain to you why selling now is completely asinine. Let's get into the video. All right, all my SoFi and stock market investors, if you could do me a huge favor, hit the like button. It does really help this video out. And if you want more stock market and SoFi content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We just hit through the 4,000 subscriber threshold onto 5. It's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, the stock's getting obliterated today. There's no other way around it. Down almost 9%. It's so dumb. I can't even believe how dumb it is. Over the last 5 days, we had a nice week on the up and up, and then we almost touched 20 bucks, and then 1742. I mean, the stock is down huge. Year to date, 36% for a stock that's putting up some of the best numbers in the entire stock market. Sell if you want to, guys. I will not be one of those guys selling my shares for pennies on the dollar when just back in November, the stock was well over 30 bucks per share. If we get back up to where we were at by the end of the year, it's almost 100% gains from these current levels. And that's why I'm adding to my position right now. We're kind of going to go through the numbers and explain to you why I think this is super dumb for you to want to sell your shares right now, and why it's retail selling their shares and not institutions. Okay, so here we go. I just want to show you what's cooking with my account. We were at 5,500 shares. We're at 5,835. I've been adding shares under 20 bucks pretty heavily since the beginning of the month. 100 here, 100 here, and then I've just been nibbling away. I bought 100 shares. I think this was a put option that I had to buy, and then I've just been nibbling away under 20 bucks, under 20 bucks, under 20 bucks, and nibbling away. And this account is up to 5,835 shares. And then here we are on my Robinhood account. I added a lot more shares today at these depressed levels. All right, SoFi investors, let's take a look at my Robinhood account. I had some more free cash in this account. So what I did is I added 10 here, 10 there, 10 there, another 8. Just rolled over a put option contract as well to a later date. Added 10 more shares there. Added almost 100 shares, 8, 1 in this account today. And this SoFi number is coming in around 500 plus shares for my SoFi position in my Robinhood account, 519 shares. Okay, so in this account, we got 5,835 and 500 plus in the other. We're over 6,000 shares now in both of these accounts, right? So now let's just take a look overall what the stock is doing and why I think it's a great time to buy SoFi. If we take a look, the forward PE is the lowest it's been in well over a year. It's at 33.11. The PEG ratio is under 2 at 1.5. Any PEG ratio under 2 is really a solid buy range. This is the lowest it's been in a very long time. So all of these numbers are leaning towards me wanting to add to my position of SoFi and to sell at these levels, at the lowest PE, selling at the lowest price to book, selling at the lowest PEG ratio makes absolutely no sense. So if you're running for the hills right now, good luck being a long-term stock buyer of individual stocks, because you got to look at the overall business, in my opinion. You can't get bogged down in the stock price in the short term, because right now people are heading for the hills. The RSI is well under 30. This stock is screaming to add to these levels. And also, Anthony Noto, because of other transactions, he can't buy the shares on the open market until March 1st. So that comes in a couple days. So he's not going to be able to buy until on Monday. So if he starts to add to his position on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, we could see a sharp turnaround in the stock price. If he adds a couple 100,000 shares on the open market in that $17 range, that can make this stock run and run quickly. So to head for the hills now, selling at the worst possible time, it makes no sense, in my opinion, to head for the hills now. The stock is down 36% this year, down 43%, almost 44%. And the stock just keeps going lower and lower and lower. People have lost their damn minds. People are just running for the hills. They're so scared they're going to lose money in the short term. But smart money is buying up your shares, and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. Take a look. This is the SoFi institutional ownership chart dating back from December 2020. And look at that huge add in shares most recently. Now, you want to go sell your shares, knock yourself out. But these institutions continue to buy these depressed prices of SoFi stock. They did a public offering at $27.50. You're getting a $10 discount per share right now if you go buy. That seems like a pretty damn good deal to me, guys. I think these retail investors have lost their damn minds. And if we take a look, institutional shares, we're closing in on 750 million shares owned. Sure, if you want to sell your shares right now, knock yourself out. We just closed 57% institutional ownership. Just back a few months ago, this was in the 45s, the 50s, 52s. It went from 53 to 57% over the last couple of weeks, guys. But retail is just selling their shares. And if you want to sell your shares, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a great long-term idea. Could this stock go lower? Could it go to $15 per share? Sure. But I'll be a buyer at $15. I'll be a buyer at $10. I'll be a huge buyer at $5. I don't care where the stock price goes. I'm going to continue to add to my position. Nothing's going on with the company. These numbers are outrageous. If we take a look at these numbers from the previous quarter, SoFi reported over $1 billion in adjusted net revenue, marking its first ever billion-dollar quarter. 1/4 of $1 billion in revenue? But sure, go sell your shares, knock yourself out. This was up between 30 and 37% year over year, beating expectations and lifting investor sentiment. Not so much, right? There was an increase in price, and then the sell-off has been one of the most torrid sell-offs I've seen. They're pricing the stock to go out of business, which makes zero sense. 1 million new members added in Q4, bringing total customers to 13.7 million, a 35% year-over-year increase in members. But hey, let's sell off the shares. Let's cut the stock price in half. That seems like a good idea. And then we're going to keep selling our shares. 1.6 million new products were also added, growing total products to over 20 million. Again, up 37% year over year. Net income was strong and between 173 million and 174 million this quarter. That looks pretty juicy to me. Adjusted EBITDA expanded 60% year over year, improving operational margins. Fee-based revenue soared 50%, signaling stronger, higher margins. Capital light income. That's great. Capital light income means we're not spending a lot of money to make money. Fee-based revenue up 50% and will soon be over 50% of total net revenue. Loan originations hit record levels as well, with total originations topping $10.5 billion. And if we go back to the stock chart, I just want to show you guys something. Over the last 5 years, this company was at 1738. It was $23 per share in 2021. And look, in 2021, if we take a look at the institutional ownership back in 2021, it wasn't even half of what it is right now. I don't know what else to say, guys. I think it's pure insanity what's happening to SoFi stock. And just look at this ridiculous drawdown when nothing bad or even remotely bad has come about with the company. The company is performing at better levels than it ever has. It's really remarkable, this drawdown, and I'm taking advantage of it. The loan originations topping 10.5 billion. Deposits and capital base also grew significantly. Several analysts upgraded the outlook. They're taking your shares. If you want to sell them to these institutions at pennies on the dollar, I don't think that is going to bode well for you in the future. And then you're going to be chasing it in the mid 20s and the 30s. And then what's going to happen again? And then the institutions sell off. Then you get scared again and you sell off, and you're in this losing cycle with individual stocks. If you're going to sell a company performing this well at pennies on the dollar, just go invest in an ETF, set it and forget it. You're not made for individual stock investing, but man, these prices are a huge opportunity. I'm taking advantage. I'm buying more. And I think you should seriously look into the company and see if it's an opportunity for you to make a lot of money over the years, excuse me. But I think over the next year or two, this stock is going to be significantly higher than it is right now, trading at the lowest PE, the lowest PEG ratio over the last 2 years. And we're in a better financial position than we ever been in. I don't know what to tell you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This insanity might continue, it might not. Down almost 9% today. Make it make sense to me, guys. I can't make any sense of it. I'm taking it as a buying opportunity. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.